What up, Fight World? The Kid Ego. We back up in it. Oh, man. I don't even know where to begin. What a week, right? Crazy. Make sure you guys come in and smash the like button. Let's get them likes up. Let's get this popping. Shout out to King Corleone. He said he on God mod status. I see y'all be talking. He said Eddie Hearns be fucking up. Oh, I mean, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do it my way though. You know, the new media way. Man, this is this is insane though. But I'm just finishing getting set up, and I'm working on some stuff, so the computer might be a little bit slightly laggy for a second. Jimmy, what's good? What's popping? You know, we just here to talk this good old talk. This shit is crazy. Hey, DAZN, man. Hey, DAZN. Y'all gotta do something, baby. Hey, something special. Hey, DAZN, dude. I tried telling y'all, bro. Y'all never want to listen to me until it's crunch time. And then for me, it's lunchtime. That's why y'all get 8. Oh, my gosh, bars. I said y'all don't want to listen to me until it's crunch time. Now it's lunchtime. We eat. Man, big blunder on behalf of Jarrell Miller, but, you know, it's the trickle-down effect. We just going to talk about it. Hey, June looking spotty for DAZN. Hey, DAZN, man. You not rocking with your man 50 Cent, man. I said, DAZN, nigga, everybody listening. Y'all. Hey, Doc said get hit, might get a fucking concussion, nigga. Hey, DAZN, you got to do something, baby. You got to fix it. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, DAZN, you want to put Triple G in there with Steve Jelly Rolls, huh? I've been watching boxing all of my life. I ain't never heard of Steve Rolls, you know, from Canada, huh? That's what you're doing. 20 a month? You think you could do this to me? Oh my gosh, we about to have fun on this episode. I promise you. You know, and the sad part about it is old media be coming in and saying all this old dumb shit, right? And I talk boxing, and then I'm never pressed about it. Like I'm not even like what we say comes true in a lot of these scenarios, major scenarios. We get it right, so I never have to act indifferent or pull back what I said and all. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to really do none of that. You know, it's just another day for me. You know, they just gotta figure out what's going on. But yeah. They can't stop the movement, bro. Joshua sending copyrights to me. I'm like, okay. We just gonna work through it, man. Pictures rolling. New media. Throw your dubs up. Why y'all look mad? Y'all supposed to be happy or free. Y'all look like y'all want me to stay in jail. Poke busted. Hey. Pictures rolling in the 500 bits. I got no love for old media. Doesn't need to be friends. They got me under surveillance with somebody you telling. Oh my gosh. Ego Valley, smash the like button. Pictures rolling. Yeah, man. Joshua tried to get me, your boy, but you know it's all good. We don't stop. Ego Valley, baby. Let's do the roll call. City, state, zip. Let me know where y'all at. Where y'all from. We're gonna break this down. I'm gonna give my 2 cents. I said I'm a nuisance. I'm gonna give my 2 cents. I got the blueprint. I'm on that whole shit. Oh my gosh. In case you didn't notice, you don't know shit. Old media. I'm a trip like Expedia. I'm packing luggage. Fuck it. I do it for the public. Fuck it. Oh my gosh. pull up with them twins like Kirk Puckett. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Bronx, Chi-Town, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. North Philly, 215, Nasty Natty. Green Bay, we just some cheesehead trying to get the cheese and the bread. Shout out to Wisconsin. Shout out to Panama. Orlando. Phoenix, Arizona, I know, 85339. Let's get it. Milwaukee, 919. Funky Town. Fort Worth, Texas. Providence, Rhode Island. Picture us rolling. 602. South Auckland, New Zealand. Picture us rolling. Sonora, 702. Vegas, area. The Bay Area and back down. Beaumont, Camden, New Jersey. Houston, Texas. I see y'all. Brooklyn. Westchester, New York. 914. I told you I got this game. We got it. Eagles Army, Central Florida. Look at where we're at. Tacoma, Washington. As long as they send the notifications, we popping. 414. The DMV area back on the grill, cooking up some burgers. Make sure you don't put no clenbuterol and all that. G14 classified in the burgers. Knoxville, Tennessee, H-Town. New York City, we can't forget about them. Phoenix, Pasadena, 626-404. Why y'all look mad? Y'all supposed to be happy new media doing it. Y'all look like y'all wanted us to stay down. DMV, Paramount, Detroit 313, Brick City, old media looking shitty. We gutty. Kansas City, shout out to M. Joseph, $10 super chat. Dallas 214, I see y'all. Let's get it. I told you we everywhere. Yeah, we just riding out, man. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Pictures rolling. Hustle and motivation. The marathon continues. Block Imran Khan. He said I couldn't unsubscribe any faster. What a waste, man. Yeah, we'll help you unsubscribe. Shooters, holla at that boy. Imran Khan. You ain't gotta say nothing. All you gotta do is creep out the back door. We wouldn't have worried. Now we gonna help you unsubscribe. Pictures rolling. I told you they don't know. They don't know how we got this game under lock and key, under surveillance. Man, these dudes be hating, but they come back. Why he come back? Death Row East. You know, and I know he from the UK because we don't say waste men out here. There ain't nobody talk like that out here. Hey, pictures rolling. Old media always taking L's, believe that. The Federalists would have seen me dead. Nigga, break some hit. Now we got two Rottweilers by the bed. All right, let's get it. I'm going to stop playing. Let's get it. I'm ready. So, smash the like button. Let's get a surge through the likes. We got to bring them likes up. Asapolis. All right, we working. The fight's canceled, y'all. Unless something dramatic happens. The reason being, New York State Athletic Commission did not approve Jarrell Big Baby Miller for a license. If he's not licensed to fight, then what are they going to do? He can't fight in New York based on this. Now, he can have his B-side sample tested, but here's the thing. You know if you did something foul or if you didn't. You know if it's an accurate claim or if it's not. So the B-side sample or whatever, the B sample, you have to pay for that. You know, because you pretty much the lab already concluded that you had an adverse finding. You had something in your system that wasn't supposed to be in your system. You dig? So they've already ruled. They've already submitted their results with their findings. So if you want to circumvent that and say, hey, nah, you guys made an error. This was a clinical or a human error. You can have your B sample tested at your expense. You know, I'm sure that if it was proven that they contaminated the sample or whatever, then they probably won't charge you. But if it comes back with the same results, you're getting charged. So that's how that works. So nobody, first of all, when you get suspended for adverse findings and PED usage and stuff, you usually have to pay a fine anyway. You usually have your public perception is like flogged and You know, it's not a good light. You have to pay fines. You get banned. So ain't nobody trying to have their B sample tested unless they know for 100% that this ain't it. You know, I know I didn't have this in my system, because who's gonna pay a fine for the failure, get banned, have public, you know, humiliation, only for them to test the B sample, and then they test it, and if it shows the same evidence in the same levels and, you know, higher levels, then it's gonna make you look crazy. Shout out to Ninth Ward, New Orleans. You heard me? I ain't gonna say it no more. Don't tangle and twist it. You heard me? Let's get it. New Orleans. We them hot boys. We them hot boys. 504. You heard me? Beatrice. I ain't gonna say it no more. Don't tangle and twist. Quit playing with my name. Let's get it. So that's the reality of it. B samples I haven't even, out of all these cases, I ain't seen nobody do a B sample and then the B sample produced and yielded new results, and then the fight was put back on, because VADA, you know, I'm sure there's a protocol for this, people. You know, I'm not saying VADA is foolproof, but to reduce human error, I'm sure it goes through multiple phases and channels. You know, okay, we found something. That's why some people are saying, hey, he tested positive from a March 20th collected sample. Why is it just coming out now? Most likely, I don't work for WADA, USADA, Enchilada, you know, Ensenada. I don't work for them. But just knowing business and knowing like parameters of business, I'm sure there's different levels. Like somebody discovers that there's an adverse finding, and then it goes through phase B to you know, check for continuity and consistency to make sure it's an accurate read. So I'm sure it goes through different channels. So, you know, basically the fight's canceled is what I'm saying, because the I keep saying that, New York State Athletic Commission has officially denied Big Baby Miller a license. So that means he can't fight. And you're not going to uproot your fight when you have Madison Square Garden. You've already wasted their time, you know, and take it out of New York. And where you going to put Joshua? You going to move it coast to Las Vegas? That would be doing too much. And he's not established in California or Texas, or, you know, he can't fight in Alabama, you know, Wilder's his home state. So they fucked. You can't fight New York. It's a wrap. The fight's over. The only other thing, like I said, is the B sample. If that comes out with some, he said Mexico, that's definitely not. Joshua is not even from Mexico, and Jarrell Miller, they ain't finna do all that. Go to Tijuana and Monterrey, Mexico, and all this shit. That's not gonna happen, because that's not even Joshua's immediate market, nor Jarrell Miller. So yeah, this ain't Creed 1 and shit. Adonis Creed fighting in Mexico and shit. So anyway, it's a wrap. The only thing, you know, they denied his license. That's factual. That's, you know, it's already been announced. New York State Athletic Commission will not approve it. So, you know, just do the process of elimination. They're not going to move the fight to another state, because Joshua hasn't even been tested. They put him in the best market that they felt, and that was New York. You're not gonna move it to another state, and in most times in a situation like this, no other state finna approve you anyway. Cause like, even though they're different commissions, why would you? You know, sometimes it happens. Like UFC, John Jones has some shit in his system. Nevada was like, nah, we not fucking with it. And he was saying there's residue, and then they moved the fight to California. So rare occasions like that, but that's different because he had failed a drug test years before, and they were saying there was residuals in his system that could show up on test, because that particular whatever he tested positive for had remnants in his system. But this is a whole different situation. So usually the commissions, they're not gonna supersede or override what another commission ruled. You feel me? Make sure you guys smash the like button. They're not going to. New York is denying him, and then you could just move the fight to Boston and fight there. That's not how that works, you know, because that probably would have been tried when Billy Joe Saunders failed a drug test for something that was banned in America but not banned in the UK. You've seen what happened. Demetrius Andrade didn't get to fight Billy Joe Saunders, and Billy Joe Saunders got removed of his belt. They couldn't just move it from Boston to New York or Philly and just fight there, because nobody, they're not finna do that. And Billy Joe Saunders, what he tested positive for is actually legal out of competition in the UK. But it's not here, so that's why you got busted here, because that's where you were fighting. You can't use some shit that might be legal in Mexico or UK or wherever you're from, and then fight somewhere else outside of where you're from and then expect it to be legal. That's not how that works. This is a mess, people. This is a mess. This was like, probably DAZN's second biggest fight behind Canelo Jacobs, and it's crumbling. So they're going to pretty much have to look for another opponent. Again, the only other options is if the B sample is tested and it yields new results, or he can reapply for a license if there's new developments, like, which is rare. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be rare. Like, the test is out. They tested for this. It had an adverse finding. They found he was like positive for this G14 classified shit, the GW S105, 227 or whatever shit, 69. So they already found that. So what is VADA gonna do? Oh man, players fuck up too. We was just bullshitting, man. Like that's not how that works. So anyway, he has to find a new opponent. That's basically what that means. Unless some new development comes with the B sample, which is, again, rare. Like Lil Wayne said, I'm rare like Mr. Clean with hair. Rare. So, yeah, man, Jarrell Miller, that's my guy, but dropped the ball big time here because, like, this, they said he was going to get at least $6 million for this fight. So, a chance at all those belts that AJ has, that's 4 titles, but they said north of $6 million. So $6 million, $8 million, $10 million, whatever. All that squandered. And then it's just a bad situation. I can't wait to hear what his statement is and, what he's saying, but it's a bad look. It's a bad look. And then on top of that, he accused Joshua of being on something. Cinnamon Savage, we some savages. What's up? And listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but this channel is for adult-minded people. You don't have to be an adult. You could be young. I don't care. But I don't do all this conspiracy theories and all this bullshit. People are like, oh, Eddie Hearn put something in his cheeseburger, man. Eddie didn't want it. Like, it's the Dr. Sebi. Jarrell Miller was working on a Dr. Sebi documentary, and like, I'm not here for all that, bro. I'm not here for little like random ass conspiracy theories with no backing, no, y'all motherfuckers talking about Dr. Sebi. Like, what the fuck is Dr. Sebi got to do with a failed drug test? Oh, Jarrell Miller, Dr. Sebi. It was Dr. Sebi. Like, what the fuck does Dr. Sebi have to do with this shit, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you guys are coming with that little kiddo shit, bro, my shooters will remove you, because, like, I'm just seeing it. Oh, he could say it was a cheeseburger. Man, shut up. Like, shut up. Oh my gosh. I'm sick of reading ignorance on the internet, for real. Oh, he'll just say it was New York pizza. It doesn't work like that. Like, they're saying because, like, Canelo failed and whatever said. Y'all motherfuckers is laughing. I just want the internet to shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just cállate la boca. Like, just quiet, hush. Like, I'm sick of reading this stupid shit, bro. Like, I feel like I'm losing brain cells by having a YouTube channel. I really do. Like, I really feel like I lose. Oh, yeah, just say you went to fucking the Bronx and you got some pizza in the Bronx and it was Cheney pizza in the Bronx. Like, shut up. Please. For the sake of boxing, shut up. I'm sick of these. You say you got a pepperoni pizza and it was a cheeseburger, which Like, that's not how this shit works. Canelo, I was born ready. He failed a drug test. There's actually clinical cases of footballers and NFLers, rugby players, motherfuckers going to Mexico and consuming the meat and then failing tests. Going to places like China and different parts of Asia where this has happened, where the quality of meat is not regulated the same, like FDA and shit. It's not regulated, you know? So there's been cases like that. So Canelo was able to use that. Francisco Vargas was able to use that. There's no cases in like Brooklyn, New York of, you know, you went to a deli or a bodega or some shit, and then the sandwiches have GWS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the meat. Like, stop it. Yeah, man, I went to the fucking deli and they had the GWS in the pastrami. Like, you guys are just make up bullshit. You can't, shit like that don't happen. Like, if there's multiple cases where this is shown to be a problem, that's one thing. But there's not a slew of New Yorkers who fell ill and all have blood tests and blood work from their doctors with the G shit in it, the GW, the George W. Bush. We the American people, you know, not everyone has the George W. Bush shit. So this, you know, unfortunately, looks like it's a situation that's from Miller's side, you know. Again, I'll wait to see what he says. That's my guy, but it's a bad situation to be in. It's a bad situation to be in. You know, he lost out on the money, you know, reputation lost out. People are saying it's hypocritical. You know, it's ugly. So, Joshua, the search continues for a new opponent. Shout out to Elmo. Yeah, it's a shame. That was one of their bigger fights on DAZN. Now, like I said, listen, I know what I say because I'm there when I say it. You got to listen. They say I talk a little fast. You listen real fast. I ain't got to slow down. You catch up, right? You got to listen to this, right? A lot of people listening to my videos, I don't know if they just jump on at the end or whatever, but you can use anything that I say against me that I've said. I don't know what other people, I don't know you be, I don't know you lost to. I don't know what anybody else talk. I know what hold me accountable for what I say. So listen up, because people start misconstruing what I'm saying and making up their own shit. Jarrell Miller failing a drug test is 100% his issue. There's no denying that. I'm not blaming DAZN, Eddie Hearn, or Anthony Joshua for another man failing a drug test. Period. Next sentence. I do, however, think this is a snowball effect, and I do believe that all parties involved with this are now affected. Period. So DAZN is in a precarious situation. Eddie Hearn is in a precarious situation. Anthony Joshua, not saying they caused this, but they're in a precarious situation now. And I will add, Keith Headings taught me that one, right? I will say this. What is Anthony Joshua's fault, in my opinion? What is Eddie Hearn's fault, in my opinion? What is DAZN's fault, in my opinion, is the business practices and decision making behind even making the Jarrell Big Baby Miller fight when the fans were requesting other shit. Now we getting somewhere. So again, if you have no comprehension skills, you just aimlessly float through life and shit, then this is not the channel for you, because I'm here for realistic analytical breakdowns and talk. So follow me, buckle up, smash the like button. This is what I do, people. Now let me tell you why those things are the fault of DAZN, Eddie Hearns, and AJ. Again, I'm not saying they forced Jarrell Miller his hand or forced him to fail a drug test or in any way, shape, or form caused that. However, they would be better equipped to deal with what has unfolded, what has transpired, the situation at hand, had they done things differently. So they couldn't have prevented it or caused it. There's a lot of things in life that you can't prevent and that you can't cause. But you know what you can do? You can prepare for certain things. You could put yourself in certain situations so those things are less likely to happen. Right? Now we're getting somewhere, people. Yo, y'all got to smash the like button. I'm going to cut this stream off. We got 300 and something people in here. If y'all can't make it do what it do, I'll cut the stream off. I'll go back about my day and finish putting videos up. Y'all got to get them likes up. The stream keeps growing in terms of numbers of people watching. Don't just watch me, motherfucker. Hit that like button. This is a business. My time actually means something to me. So let's unpack this. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego. Fucking unpack. Let's unpack this. Let's break it down, battle rap style. So again, you could ready yourself for situations. You could, in essence, prevent situations from happening. Case in point, this is what could have been done differently. That this situation happening, which nobody could control outside of Miller and his team, but you would be in the best position. For DAZN, I told you, Triple G should have no guys, have Max, hey, Golovkin, have Max. Triple G should have been fighting Demetrius Andrade. Now I know some of you maniacs are, oh, what does Triple G have the Black Channel? What does Triple G have to do with Miller? Let me explain. Triple G's fighting in June. That's his comeback fight. Lost to Canelo. He's fighting a guy named Steve Rolls. I don't even know who the fuck. I cover boxing. I get paid for this. This is my full-time employment, full-time income. Don't know who the fuck that is. That's an issue. I told you he should have fought Andrade. Canelo told you after I told you. Yeah, the trilogy with Golovkin, that could happen if he get a belt. DAZN didn't push for Triple G to. They want to keep him safe. And they want to keep him in a low-level fight to, you know, knock the ring rust off or tune-up style, whatever they're calling this Steve Rolls shit. So now they have one less big fight in June. Guess what? Joshua Miller is taking place at the 1st of June. That's the date it was supposed to happen. Now that this has unfolded, they don't have any fight in June that I know of that's a big fight. So if you had made the right fight with Andrade and Triple G in lieu of the Joshua Miller fight collapsing, guess what? You still would have Triple G versus Andrade. But you didn't elect to put Triple G in there with the tough fight because we know what they're doing. They keep saying pay-per-view is dead, but they want to match Triple G lightly. You get what I'm saying? They want to match him, hoping that Canelo comes through the Jacobs fight with all the belts and hoping that Triple G gets past the Steve Rolls. So they put him in a low-level fight. Canelo got to fight a beast. The black and brown fighters constantly have to fight beasts and, you know, tough fights. But Triple G, he gets a cakewalk that nobody really knows, an unknown name. Now, as a result of this happening, which nobody could control outside of the parties who failed the drug test, but now they don't have any work for, they don't have no thing in June. Second, see, this is why they mad at me. This is why old media is mad at me, because they know the shit I said is now coming to a head, and it makes sense, and it made sense then, and it's making even more sense now. Remember the other thing I said? I would have waited till after Canelo Jacobs and after Anthony Joshua, see what type of traction you got from your platform before I personally, if DAZN was my company, before I raised the prices. That's what I said. I've said it's on record. The videos are still up. They didn't do that. They jumped the gun, raised the prices now. So now this hurts you even more because you have elevated price point. You didn't do what the boy Ego said, little old Ego, and you hiked the prices up, in my opinion, prematurely, which is what I always said, before Canelo Jacobs and before Joshua Miller was completed, to even see if that boosted the numbers and gave you numbers that you expected. Now you've increased the price and you've decreased the value or the product, or your product was decreased by the actions of one man, Jarrell Miller. See, now this stuff is making sense. Block Carlos Gums. We don't care what you're talking about, bro. Listen, the stream will not continue until we see Carlos get clapped in the stream. Carlos Gums. He bumping his gums. We got something for you. Shooters, y'all got to get on it. Y'all messing up the whole ebb and flow. Thank you. I'm just going to lean on my shooters. Once again, notice they're not disputing what I said. They talking about me. He said ego, just in case you missed it, he said ego is a bell end. Not disputing what I'm saying. They talking about me. Instead of talking about what I'm saying and talking about boxing and what we talking about, they talking about me. Typical. Anywho, DAZN, they had an opportunity to make an impactful fight with Triple G. On top of that, I told you, I said, hey, how you going to give Triple G all this money he's reported to get? And then, $15 million. And then the event is Hassan Endam or even Steve Rolls, even to Brandon Adams. That's not a fight worth paying Triple G crazy amounts of money, because you're not going to get it on the back end. You get what I'm saying? So you're wasting money. I told you these things. They prematurely raised the price. Now it looks even worse, because people are paying annual upfront packages, expecting a certain level of product, announced fights, and per boxing, this stuff happens. People fail drug tests, fights, people pull out, people get injured. You can't control those things. So now you sit DAZN. This is how it, like I said, this is what they did wrong. You criticizing your competition, pay-per-view's dead and all this, and you raise the price point, but then now your main event to one of your biggest cards is now gone. Like I said, even if they made Andrade versus Triple G, that would have been a hell of a console. In fact, if Miller, let's say Miller never failed the tested positive, I would rather see Triple G versus Andrade. Then I'd be more excited for that fight than I would be for Miller versus AJ. True story. That would be it would be Canelo Jacobs and then probably Triple G, because he's coming off a loss, versus Andrade. And then it would be Miller. That would be my ranking of the top DAZN fights, blockbuster fights, etc. But guess what? They matched Triple G lightly, trying to keep him safe. And I told you, how's DAZN say they got all this money and that's the fight you can come up with? How is DAZN saying they got all this money and taking all these risks financially by doing Tracy Morgan commercials, paying Canelo, record-breaking numbers, trying to pay Klitschko all this money, offering Wilder this money, offering Triple G this money? You're taking risk financially, but you're not taking risks and making the fighters earn the risk. So the fighters don't have to take a risk, but you do financially by paying them these outrageous amounts. Horrific. So that's something DAZN could have switched up. And in lieu of this Jarrell Miller thing happening, in lieu of this Jarrell Miller shit happening, they would at least have Triple G Andrade to fall back on. You get what I'm saying? Now they don't. Now their June is pretty shot until we find out at least who Joshua's fighting. Excuse me. Make sure you guys smash the like button. So that, I told you, now you seeing why. Remember, this is why old media is mad, bro. I said all the same shit. I'm just repeating myself over and over and over again. They raised the price prematurely. I said that. Now you see why. People are saying, "Oh yeah, it's a great deal. You pay annually." And I said, I don't feel comfortable as a consumer paying for something annually when I don't know what's going to happen for the remainder of the year. Who remembers me saying that? Who remembers me saying that? I said I don't feel comfortable paying annually because there's no control over that. I said, what if someone gets injured? What if someone fails a drug test? I said these things. Who remembers me saying that? I don't feel comfortable paying for a subscription for something that hasn't been out for a year, and I don't know the remainder of their schedule, and there's unforeseen things that happen. Cursor, Jose de Jesus, Real Brother, look, Evil Tracy, you said it from jump. That's why over here, Eagles Army New Media, we live like gods because we say it, put it out there in the atmosphere. The world knows what we said, what we didn't say. And then, we just grow from that point. And then when it's proven to be right, we just sit back and say, hey, I tried to tell y'all, Ego Stradamus shit. Yeah, I told you. And this is precisely why. Because Joshua versus Miller, out of the announced fights, that was the fight that had the most implications. Not even that it was just huge, like the biggest fight, but I clearly going to watch Joshua fight another undefeated fighter because I kind of want to see I'm interested in the heavyweight division. I want to see Wilder's next fight, even though I don't really like Tyson Fury's next opponent, Tom Schwartz. I'm going to check all these fights out because I'm interested in the division. I want to see how Tyson Fury looks coming off that 12th round and, against some unknown guy. I want to see Miller versus AJ. I thought stylistically, two undefeated fighters, Miller being 317, throwing a bunch of punches, I thought it would be interesting. I want to see Wilder Brazil. And I can compare it to the AJ fight and different things like that. So I'm just interested in the heavyweight division. This is why I didn't want to pay up front. Now you guys see, so we just keep putting this shit down. The world sees it, and then we just check. Now, let's talk about Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearns. This is what their part in it. They didn't, again, I'm not accusing them of causing Miller to fail. Please be understanding of that. I'm not saying they made Miller fail or sabotage him or none of that conspiracy theory bullshit. Right? However, if you really go back to new media, and I feel like I represent the people, I don't represent everybody. Some people disagree, but I have a good, multiple platforms that are successful in boxing, and I have a good pulse and idea, mingle with the fans. I know what's going on, and I told you, Miller shouldn't have been the first choice anyway. So really, you do have to blame Joshua for even choosing Miller. You have to blame Eddie Hearn for even choosing Miller, right? They couldn't have controlled what he did. It's fucked up for them that they're in training camps and they put a fight together thinking it was the fight. But they didn't even have to choose him. That's my point. They didn't even have to choose him. And this is what I've been saying all along. They didn't have to choose him. Nobody said that. If they would have listened to the public, they wouldn't have been in this particular situation with this particular fighter. At best, it would have had to happen with some other fighter. Okay. Breaking news. David Lemieux injured, so he's off of the Canelo Jacobs card. Hey, DAZN, they got to do something, bro. This is crazy. They taking, LLs, LL Cool J, LLC. So David Lemieux, shout out to who just notified me. I just checked. I just got the alert. This is bad stuff, bro. This is like one unfortunate thing after another. So oh my gosh, bro. Hey, Prophet, shout out to you. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. So anyway, yeah. Let me see who said that. I love Eagles Army, man. Y'all be holding it down, like, cause y'all like this Miller situation. Eagles Army told me about it. I was out and about. I went to Home Depot and I was at Sam's Club and Walmart getting gas, so I wasn't even at home. It's you, the fans, that kept me in the loop with this shit. And then somebody else I can't find this comment. Someone just said Lemieux got hurt. I can't figure out who just said that. Oh, the Kid Hayes. Shout out to you. So anyway, DAZN, this is what I'm okay. So now let's talk about. Now I got to go back. Oh my gosh. Now I got to go back to DAZN. This is what I'm talking about. This is why loading up front heavy and putting all the faith into just your stars and paying them crazy as opposed to a well-balanced bench. These are the things that I was talking about. David Lemieux just injured his hand. His fight with John Ryder is off. So let me get this straight. This is DAZN. Listen, if I'm lying, then you guys let me know how I'm lying. Step up in the hot seat. Let me get this straight. David Lemieux, a fan-friendly fighter. He was supposed to fight on Canelo Fielding in December of last year. He couldn't make 160. He got so ill trying to make 160 that he passed out or something, got dehydrated, had to get removed off the card and put in the hospital. Then he said he's moving up to 168. Instead, they put an undercard fight, Tevin Farmer versus Francisco Fonseca, a guy that Tank Davis knocked out on Mayweather-McGregor undercard. I know my shit, people. And they elevated Tevin Farmer versus Francisco Fonseca to the co-feature. And then they had Saddam Ali versus Mauricio Herrera, which was terrible. Not really a fun fight to watch. Then they had Virgil Ortiz Jr., who was supposed to be on that Canelo Fielding card. He couldn't pass an eye exam. He's a hot prospect, couldn't pass an eye exam in New York, or something was wrong with his eye, so he got removed off the card. So you had Lemieux, killed himself trying to make weight, got removed off the card, put in the hospital, said he was moving up. And then you have Virgil Ortiz. This is on Canelo Fielding, one of, at that time, probably the biggest fight because it was Canelo's first fight with DAZN. Fast forward to the future, Canelo Jacobs. You have John Ryder, who's in an eliminator spot. I don't really know who he is like that. And he was supposed to fight David Lemieux, who was moving up. David Lemieux is now injured. I just got the alert. David Lemieux injured his hand, so he pulled out. So David Lemieux's last two fights on Canelo undercards have both been canceled. They've both been removed. And y'all motherfuckers are telling me to pay for it a year in advance. DAZN's focusing their energy making pay-per-views dead commercials, and they got all these little holes in the boat that they got to plug. They got to Joshua needs a new opponent. David Lemieux, a fan-friendly style at least, who was moving up and fighting for, I think, an eliminator or interim belt or some shit. He's off the card on Canelo Jacobs. So their biggest cards are getting like slaughtered with mishaps and failed drug tests and pullouts and not getting approved and clearing medical. This is not good. This is not good. This is why they mad at new media, bro. Canelo Fielding, you had two fights that got canceled. Virgil Ortiz and Lemieux. Canelo Jacobs. Now David Lemieux, John Ryder, which was like, I think the co-feature, chief support, that's removed. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, Jarrell Miller. Miller fails a drug test. Now we're searching for it. And then they're like, this is the part where old media, we get to see what they talk about. I tell you, Clarissa Shields is a G, and she's big, and she's demanding, she's elevating women's boxing. So old media says, oh, but Katie Taylor, she's way better. Katie Taylor's on Joshua, the now defunct Joshua versus Miller fight. So let's see if Katie Taylor is as popular, because we're going to need the UK fans to really support and make DAZN successful. So we'll see how popular Joshua is. We'll see how popular Katie Taylor is. We're going to see, now it's forcing old media we get to see if what they're saying was true, because DAZN needs help with that card. I don't know who they're going to get for Joshua, but they got Katie Taylor. Y'all said she was super popular, right? So we're going to need that popularity from AJ and Katie Taylor to save this card. I mean, so we're going to see who, in these unfortunate times, in these uncertain economic times, we're going to see if what old media was saying is true. He said Katie Taylor can't carry that card. That's what I'm saying. But they try to make it like she's a good fighter. She's good, but they try to make it like she's some huge star. This is what old media be doing. You know what I'm saying? So, and once again, old media, what they said, $100 is a good deal. It's only $8.33 a month. Yeah, but what am I getting? Am I getting AJ versus Miller? Not anymore. And that's the fight that I would have signed up. Like, if I were to have went, that would have been one of the reasons, because that's like one of the best fights that they had on their books, and that's why I said I don't feel comfortable buying the annual package when you ain't been out a year. In 8 months, you raise your price, and like I said, DAZN keeps doing this pay-per-view is dead and all this stuff. Nobody cares about that. Pay-per-view is dead, but you should be focusing on how to keep these cards. Hey, Kitty Tumbo's a regular. Hey, real brother, I don't know if you blocked her, but you don't have to block her comments. Kitty Tumbo's, that's Eagles Army fam. Listen, I'm not done talking. We got to keep going, and then we'll talk about potential options and all this. So, here's the situation. I'm a dude. You're a dude named Kitty? Oh, shout out to you then. I ain't never met no fella named Kitty. My bad. I ain't never met no dude who's named Kitty. Like, hey, Rodney, I want you to meet my boy, Kitty. Like, I never met that, bro. My bad. I just assumed that was my fault for assuming. I ain't never met no kitty cat and all this shit. You like catnip or something? Why you get that name? You like catnip? You like catnip? Nah, what y'all talking about, bruh? Man, listen, this is my show. I'm just being real. I ain't never met no dude named Kitty. Y'all laughing. I'm being serious. Hey, like, all right, good meet you, dog. What's your name? They call me Kitty Cat. Like, what the? You all Eartha Kid ass motherfucker. Meow. I ain't never met nobody named Kitty as a dude, but that was my error. Listen, I'm a man. My bad, Kitty Tumbo. I assumed. That was my bad for assumption. I made an ass out of you and me, motherfucker. Anyway, shout out to Kitty. Shout out to Kitty though. Here, kitty. No, never. Oh! Let me stop. Someone said Joshua versus Too Short. What? What's my favorite word? Beard. Why they want to say it like short? Y'all tripping, bro. Someone said Too Short. Smash. You are Bum Squad fans. Ha ha ha. You are blocked. Block Thea Waterworth blast. Yeah, we gonna show you that blast. Hey, shooter, show him the blast. Do the thing with the blood and the guts and the blast. Get him out of my shit, bro. I don't want him here. Who the fuck is blast? Get blast. Get him out of here. Bow, rock-a-bye, baby. Yo, y'all gotta smash the like buttons. Man, I ain't wildin'. I'm just being honest. I'm just an honest person. What y'all want from me? Anyway, Let me keep going before y'all keep distracting me with blast, and here, kitty, kitty, kitty. All right. Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, had they listened to the American public, they wouldn't even have been in this position because the front runner shouldn't have been Miller. However, they try to get slick and take the fight that they wanted to take, and now it's backfiring. Case is very simple. They couldn't have controlled Big Baby Miller tested positive, but they could control the fight, making the fight anyway. People told you. I told you. You guys heard all of this. That's why new media, we live like gods. Told you the same shit over and over and over again, right? Why did he not fight Luis Ortiz to begin with? He said he wanted to fight Luis Ortiz. Why didn't you send him an offer of $8 million or whatever Jarrell Miller was getting, right? He probably would have took that. What you talking about? He didn't want to take the risk. He didn't fight Wilder. That we already know that. You know? And then now you're wondering why, you know, now you're in this boat and like people are supposed to feel sorry, but we told you. I even told you this. I wasn't even saying that AJ versus Dillian White was my first choice. I told you that. But I told you Dillian White, if we're being real, was more deserving of an AJ fight based on who he fought and competed against in 2008 versus Jarrell Miller's fights in 2018. Because Dillian White, as I told you, knocked out Lucas Brown, a former champion, brutally. Then he fought a former champion, Joseph Parker, knocked him down twice, or what they ruled as twice, something that Joshua didn't even do. Joshua didn't knock Parker down. And then he weathered the storm. He got hurt in the 12th round and weathered the storm and rode it out and won the fight. Then he came back, and a guy who gave him a tough first fight 2 years prior, he came in and had a competitive fight with him, and then he stretched Derek Chisora. So to me, that merited the fight getting done. But they didn't want to pay Dillian White what he felt his newfound worth was, so the fight crumbled. And they were using Dillian White as a bargaining chip to play against Jarrell Miller. You know, hey, we could go with Dillian White if you don't take the fight, so, you know, make sure you take. But they wanted to fight Jarrell Miller. It's evident. You know, it's evident. They wanted to fight Jarrell Miller, and they got it. So this is why it's backfired. This is 100% the fact that it backfired. 100% Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua's fault. They couldn't control the drug test. They can't, you know, have prevented the fight from collapsing. But God damn it, they could have prevented the fight from even happening had they listened to the public. I told you there was a couple guys in line, Wilder being the operative one, you know, Tyson Fury. Joshua didn't fight none of them. And then there were either guys like Luis Ortiz. And I even told you, I said, yo, Luis Ortiz at least fought for a title before, so we know what to expect. Jarrell Miller, you know, he's big, he's been looking good in performances, but he hasn't fought the adequate level of competition, nor do we know how he would look in a pro level fight or an elite level fight. So it was a complete wild card guess. The only thing that kept me interested in the fight was just looking at it from the outside looking in and seeing that Jarrell Miller throws the most punches in you know, out of the modern day heavyweights, 100 punches per round at 317 pounds. That's what kept me even interested in the fight. But it wasn't based on the guys that Jarrell Miller went through, because he had knocked out Bogdan Dinu and 40-year-old Thomas Adamek, a former cruiserweight who moved up and then retired and been stopped by Eric Molina before. You get what I'm saying? A guy that AJ went through, a guy that Deontay Wilder and Chris Arreola went through. So that's the only reason, just for pure like curiosity to see how Joshua, who sometimes fatigues, does with someone that big who throws a lot of punches. But it wasn't based on, you know, Miller had better fights when he fought on PBC cards and stuff than when he hooked up with Eddie Hearn, because he at least knocked out Gerald Washington, beat Fred Cassie. So when he was on like PBC cards and Showtime and shit, he had better fights, like more tests, when he got with Eddie Hearn, he started fighting Wilder leftovers like Johan Duhaupas and, you know, guys who had already been knocked out recently, like Mariusz Weck got knocked out by Povetkin, etc., etc. Jarrell Washington was coming off a Wilder knockout at the point where he fought Miller. So that was cool. That's where he was at the time. But Eddie Hearn never elevated him and start putting him in there with the Luis Ortizes or even a Dillian White or somebody or a Andy Ruiz Jr. so he could have really got a gauge. And I told you guys all of this. This is like, honestly, this has backfired so bad in old media's face because it's situations like this, unfortunate situations that arise where you get to see everything that they stood for was a lie and didn't come true. They said Katie Taylor's a massive star, but everyone's panicking that the card's not going to be, you know, adequate now. They said AJ's a massive star and bigger than Wilder in his own country. They said shit like this, but they're panicking to figure out a replacement to save the Madison Square Garden event. They said that Jarrell Miller was the right choice for AJ to have fought next. Now we've seen all the chaos associated with that. Meanwhile, I was saying that it should have been Wilder, it should have been Fury, it should have been Luis Ortiz, or even Dillian White. And now all of this is coming to a head and people are seeing it. You know, people said Wilder should have signed with DAZN. He's a fucking idiot and he ducked because he didn't take $100 million. Do you still think he should have signed with DAZN? Because I told you he should play the field. What do you guys think now? I told you DAZN for June, they should have put Triple G in a better fight, namely Demetrius Andrade. Canelo told Triple G to fight Andrade and get a belt. He didn't do that. So now they have two potentially bunk cards in June. When even had this happened with Miller, they would have at least had Triple G versus Andrade. But they chose not to do these things. So you tell me. I told you everything goes through new media now. In boxing, we control the narrative, like I told you. They said, oh, AJ's the pre-sale god. He's selling all the pre-sale. All right, well, now who you go? You the pre-sale god. What is the main event? That's why I know it has to be stressful times in the DAZN offices and Eddie Hearn, you know, he has to be livid. I would be livid. Anybody would be livid at this. You saw whatever. You had 10,000 not travelers, because that's, I guess, gypsies, but 10,000 people traveling from the UK, 10,000 plus to see AJ, and we don't even know who he's going to be fighting. Damn shame. Anthony Ingram says, check this out. They bragged about the fastest pre-sale at Madison Square Garden. Now they about to set another record for the fastest refund at MSG. Hey, bro, you are so petty. Anthony Ingram. Hey, give it up. Anthony Ingram. That's the Petty Hearns Award. He said, check this out. They bragged about the fastest pre-sale ticket sales at MSG. Now they about to set another record for the fastest refunds at MSG. Hey, bro. Hey, I'm not messing with you. Hey, you savage, bro. He said they set the record for the fastest refund. Once again, I told y'all, everything comes through new media. Y'all don't want to listen to it. This is all. Listen. This is like, I feel like I couldn't be any more right in these situations, especially this one. I said, hey, I'll pay $100 up front. I said $100 ain't shit to me, like, you know, in the grand scheme of things. But I'm not going to do it arbitrarily. You came in the game saying I can opt in and opt out at $9.99 a month, right? And if I don't know the schedule and I can't control unforeseen emergencies, how are you going to force me with your new business model and try to force me to a year commitment? None of these this is not a good sign. No other company is doing this. Yes, other companies have annual package points where you can, if you want to, save a couple of dollars and do an annual. But they don't have it where it's so bumped up to do it monthly to try to trap you into forcing you into buying an annual package. Otherwise, if you do it monthly and just leave it running, it's not going to be necessarily worth it. No one else is doing that. ESPN Plus, I'm an affiliate. It's a 7-day free trial. DAZN got rid of their whole 30-day free trial. ESPN Plus is a 7-day free trial. See if you like it, and then you can get for $4.99 a month access to all the ESPN content. Boom. Right? That's the reality of it. DAZN is, if you do the monthly thing, is $19.99. They have an annual package that you could get with ESPN Plus, right? But they don't force you. Like, okay, if you do monthly, it's $18.99. But unless you do the annual package, it breaks down to cheaper. That's how DAZN changed their business model, which I didn't like from the jump. I did not like from the jump. And I said all this stuff. I told you Eddie Hearn needs to strengthen his relationship with American media, with the American public. Stop playing this cat and mouse game. And now all this stuff is coming to head. You gave up the Wembley April 13th date. You switched over. You fought a guy who wasn't even Americans' first choice for AJ to fight in America. You didn't take $50 million to fight in America, like new media told you. You could come to America for Jarrell Miller. We said all of this. You could come to America for Jarrell Miller, but you can't come to America for $50 million and a shot at a title in a more meaningful fight against Wilder, which would do crazy numbers. And then now it's all coming back to bite them. So, you know, I told you Eddie Hearn should slow up with taunting the American media and public and trying to, you know, and he was inciting the UK fans too. And he knows that, you know, because I would read comments and it's like, oh, Eddie Hearns is schooling your chumps, all you Yanks and you bloody shithouse dossers. Eddie's schooling you, American media, and he's schooling you. All right, well, and I'm telling you, hey, I don't know if he fully understands the stratosphere in the American market. Bob Arum told you the same thing. Bob Arum actually said it after me. I told you that before Bob Arum. And now you're seeing all this stuff come back to haunt everybody involved. You didn't strengthen your relationship with American media. You said things to taunt and play this cat and mouse game, and to the point where like you got UK like trying to start like an East Coast, West Coast, UK versus USA thing. Oh, every time Eddie Hearn talks to you American media and you Yanks, he's schooling you up. All right. So now good luck selling a substitute plan B fight for AJ in America. We'll see how this does. It's bad. It's just a bad look. Tony P, $5 super chat. Stadiums won't work won't. Ooh, shit. Y'all motherfuckers got me reading like Floyd. Hey, bro, you did that. You put hella W's. That shit fucked my reading up. Y'all had me reading like Floyd. I'm like I said, stadium won't want to. Hey, bro, that was a little bit. Hey, Tony P set me up, bro. Look at his super chat. That shit was a tongue twister. He said stadiums won't want to work. Hey, bro, say that 3 times fast. Stadiums won't want to work. That was a little bit. Hey, I give it to Tony P. That was some Dr. Seuss shit. You had me fucked up for a minute. I'm like, stadium won't. Damn, that's embarrassing. My bad. Stadiums won't want to work with Eddie Hearns in the future. Canceling, then rebooking. AJ's the pre-sale guy. They gonna figure it out. Man, I ain't. Easy work. This is a nightmare, people. Now David Lemieux pulled out of the Canelo Jacobs undercard. See, this is what I'm saying. And y'all told me, oh, no, it's a good deal. $100 for DAZN is $833 a month. But what am I paying for? You know, pay-per-view is dead. Not really. Because pay-per-view, but listen. See? Oh, my gosh. Bro, I want to break my fucking computer because y'all don't listen. Y'all think y'all know some shit. And then you guys always look stupid. And I'm just like, what have I been telling y'all? For example, Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. I got to cut the beat off because I'm sick of this bullshit. This is the other thing with pay-per-view. If a mishap happens with a pay-per-view, right? If they don't accommodate with a good enough substitute, then guess what? The pay-per-view sales are going to suffer because it's a case-by-case, buy basis. So, for example, if everybody was salivating over Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, and then Mikey Garcia tripped on a piece of snack equipment or some shit and got injured, and then the fight was canceled, by the time it comes to order the pay-per-view, if the event is still going on, you're going to know that Errol Spence is fighting a substitute person, Carlos Ocampo, or Errol Spence is fighting Boogaloo Johnson. You will know that. So you can act accordingly and actually buy the pay-per-view if you like the substitute match. If they don't do a good enough job, you're not going to buy it. DAZN, they hiked up their price points monthly to make it unreasonable to usher and encourage people to buy the annual package. You can't account for shit like this. You know, so them saying, oh, pay-per-view is dead. Like, for example, look at the UFC, who still uses pay-per-view. When this happens, they try their best to come up with a reasonable fight that's either equivalent or better. You know, Jose Aldo pulled out of the Conor McGregor fight. He's like, oh, my neck and my back. Then they made Chad Mendes, which was a good fight for Conor at the time. Conor versus a wrestler. Then Conor McGregor was supposed to fight RDA in the UFC on pay-per-view. RDA pulled out. He said he hurt himself. They made the Nate Diaz fight at 170. So it becomes more impactful because it's on pay-per-view. They know the scale of it, so they have to try to replace it with something equal or greater. You see it all the time in the UFC. You know, they try to come up with some crazy kookamani. Like Conor, you got to understand, Conor's first UFC loss stems from a late replacement, Nate Diaz. Shout out to my dude, Nate Diaz, Stockton Slab 209, NorCal shit. We just some NorCal boys, man. You know, Conor's first UFC loss stems from a late replacement. DAZN's different. If you paid an annual $100 up front, you've already paid into it, and now something unfortunate happens with the main event. You just have to just settle for whatever, you know, we don't even know who AJ's gonna fight at this point. So you just paid $100 already. That's why I can't do that without no running history or, you know, a feeling of like, yo, I like the decision making process over there at DAZN. And to be honest, so far I don't. I don't think Triple G should be fighting Steve Rolls. I think Andre should have been given a shot. Andre versus Artur Kov, Selesky. These aren't fights that are gonna really make him a household name. So until I see better decisions and a consistent schedule, then it's hard for me to want to buy outside of the month to month. And then with the raised price, then I know I'm not paying $20 every single month and just letting that shit ride. So I'm just gonna get it when, you know, when the fights that pertain to me, that fights that are interested in me. And, you know, these are all things we've talked about, all things that we said. Ortiz or nothing, the fans have spoken. DAZN forced Eddie Hearn's hands. Listen, I know a lot of people are running around. You gotta listen to your leader of this new media shit. If I was Luis Ortiz, I would not take the fight. I would not take the fight.
This the real deal. This the real deal. This the real deal. Easy work.
Somebody said AJ versus Juicy Smollett. Hey, bro, you guys got to stop, bro. If I was Luis Ortiz, I wouldn't take the fight. Me personally. And I can explain. Listen, where are we at in the likes? Because I ain't explaining shit unless we got a certain amount of likes, bro. Where are we at in likes? Okay, we doing good in likes. Smash the like button some more. I told you we taking over the game. Let's get it. We need more likes, but that we cool. That's not enough for me to stop. Let's get the likes up. If you just tuning in, smash the like button. We work. Block Maury Tuesday. He said we have 130 likes. You better delete your comment before the shooters delete you. We're not here for the little kid games and shit, bro. But anyway, I just feel like this is a misstep, obviously on Jarrell Miller's part, but also on the part of DAZN, Eddie Hearn, and AJ for signing off on this. They're the ones that Eddie Hearn, listen, I know what I'm saying. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying him. I fucked his wife. I'm fucking him in the game. They live off a mafioso image. I know what I'm doing. Listen. Eddie Hearn said last week at Lomachenko versus Corolla, shout out to my dude Town. He got the footage. That's where I seen it. Eddie Hearn says they start asking, it was Town and someone else, like two reporters, right? Asking Eddie Hearn about fighting Luis Ortiz. Guess what Eddie Hearn said? He says, "Oh yeah, we went to DAZN with the two names, Luis Ortiz and Jarrell Big Baby Miller." And you know what they said? He said DAZN, he blamed it on DAZN. He said DAZN says we want Jarrell Miller for AJ's next opponent. He threw them under the bus and said DAZN, they pulled the trigger. They said we want a loudmouth, trash talking New Yorker in New York. That's the fight. So, guess what? Live and die by the sword. DAZN pulled the strings and made the final call. According to Eddie Hearn, now this is the mess that you made. Because new media, myself, the creme de la creme, El Capitan, Boxingego, I told you that shouldn't have been the first order of business. It wasn't a horrible fight, but it shouldn't have been the first order of business. Luis Ortiz is long overdue. He been Joshua's mandatory, and he at least fought for a title, held his own with Joshua. I think that's a bigger sell even in New York. But Eddie Hearn, he already caught himself. He already stumbling because he told American reporters last week, DAZN, before he knew about the Jarrell Miller failed drug test, that it was DAZN that were presented the Luis Ortiz fight, and this is who they chose. Now you got to ride that one out. Now that you chose the guy that unfortunately caused a collapse in the fight, failed the drug test. So again, and in that same interview, he was like, you know when people say dry snitching, he was like sneak dissing. It's basically kind of like dry snitching, but with disses. He was sneak dissing Luis Ortiz. Oh, I feel sorry for Luis Ortiz. I don't feel good. What did Spider-Man say? Tony, I don't feel so well. He was like, I don't feel so well. I don't feel good for Luis Ortiz. His last fight was bogus. I hated it. Him and Christian Hammer, it was it stunk up the whole joint. And you really think Luis Ortiz should come back and fight him on short notice? Hey, my shooters is getting active right here. Bow, bow, bow. Oh my, we like American Sniper. Listen, that's why if I'm Luis Ortiz, I wouldn't help them out and put myself at a deficit. So I get a 5.5, 6 week training camp when you could have just fought me from rip. Man, Luis Ortiz, don't do it. Like Dre said, don't do it. Please don't do it. One of us go in and we all go through it. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Make them come correct. Block DAZN Walker. Yeah. You can send whoever you send for me. The public has already spoken. They know who's winning. Black DAZN Walker. And you I know it's these UK dudes. It's about to be past your bedtime in a minute because we on a time difference. I could do this all day. You gonna be late to work and all types of shit because I know it's getting late for you. For me, shit, it's only 3:17. Y'all like 8 hours ahead. I know you, so you could try to stay up. I'm gonna be at the worst time. So if you want to come troll, you're gonna be trolling. It's gonna be 2:30 in the morning for you, 3:30 in the morning for you, 4 a.m. in the morning. You gonna miss work. I don't have to work. This is what I do for work. So yeah, I already know. I'm not worried about. I'm not pressed about it. You guys control from the UK. Just know that I'm in Cali. We on that West Coast time, baby. So it's gonna get a lot later for you than it is for me. So I got all day, like that boy said. Today I got time, cuz. I got time today. Let's see how late you could stay up. You better stay up like Freddy Krueger chasing you in your nightmares and your dreams and shit. Because I'll be doing. I'll fuck around and do a marathon. Yo, I promise you. You UK dudes can't keep up because I know you got work and your baby needs milk and shit. And you got to wake up in the middle of the night. I know you guys have something to do. So I'm going to be up. So you can stay up with us if you want. You're going to be groggy as fuck at work. You're going to be in your cubicle like, finish him. You know, in Mortal Kombat when they super about to get knocked out, you're going to be tired as fuck at work trying to fuck with the army. You can come back 1,000 times. You're going to be tired. Making all them accounts. We got a perfect system. You know what? Here, just because we need reinforcements, I'm gonna give a temporary moderator pass to Jarrell Cowell because I know he's good for it. Terrell, help him out. I'm gonna start giving temp. I'm gonna give temp passes to help me. There's always more of us in Ego's army than there is of you. Everybody give it up. Jarrell Cowell. He got the temporary shooter pass. Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see how long you can do this. Hey, Jarrell Cowell, I'm gonna put you on a particular assignment. If someone comes back and their name is Boxing is Life, Life is Boxing, any variation of that, block them. If someone comes in named Loma Checkers, block them. Yeah. Shout out to we got a new shooter. I'm gonna give him temporary credentials, see how he does. But that's your personal assignment. If you see Boxing is Life come back, clap him. They're not ruining what we doing. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the hungriest, the person that's been wanting to be the shooter. I'm gonna get them to help out. We got a whole ass system here. King Flacco laughing because he knows these dudes. You can't win here anymore. Old media is dead. I told y'all. And trust me, these new shooters be wanting to clap. They can't wait till they see Boxing is Life come back because they can't wait to clap you. So good luck. Come back if you want. You better at least switch up the name. You keep coming back with the same shit. Shout out to Terrell. Yeah, I pay attention. I know who's in here who fucks with the channel. Shout out to Terrell. So now back to business. Since we got that, we got more shooters. See, that's all I have to do. You guys can't you can't outrun these bullets. So anyway, we getting back to business. He said they punching air right now. Cuba Gooding Jr. Man, I'm so sick. Hey, woo, wah. They you know they angry like in Trey and Boys in the Hood. All right, Terrell, here's your first assignment. Boxing is Life, block him. He said, I'm back. Oh, you lucky. Kid Corleone got him. Okay. Save something for my mans in them. King Corleone clapped him. So King Corleone, he an experienced shooter. He experienced. That's funny. Yeah, we gotta let Terrell get a piece. He need to feel how it feel. The catching one. Just leave him gone. That's cool. Motherfucker said I'm back. King Corleone had him within seconds, bro. Hey, experienced shooters, let me call out one for the homie Terrell. And if I haven't called him out, then you all just handle it. Told you we working. We got this fortress locked. Anyway, let's see if they can try to confuse the message now. So anyway, yeah, man, just this whole thing is a mess. DAZN got to do something. David Lemieux, he's injured. Jarrell Miller's out of the fight, can't get licensed. And here, that's what we were talking about. If I was Luis Ortiz, old media, trust me, I've been doing this for a while. Trust me. They're going to try to spin it. If Luis Ortiz doesn't take the fight, they will try to spin it like, hey, this is your golden opportunity. This is your shot. If you don't take it, you're ducking. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Shout out to Dylan Michaels. Appreciate you. $10 super chat. Eagles Army shooters having a block party that would make Dikembe Mutombo jealous. Facts. Listen to me, guys. Old media, if Luis Ortiz doesn't fight AJ next and gets offered and then Eddie Hearn talks about it or something, they're going to try to spin it to make it look like he is ducking. Don't believe the hype. Reason being, guess what? Under fair terms, Luis Ortiz could have and should have been selected for this assignment off rip to begin with. So now that he has ill amount of time to prepare, I know fighters personally, if they could prefer it, they're not doing 5.5, 6 week camp. You know, maybe if you get a late minute call, you can do it. It's doable. Some people have had short notice, but why give that? Why? This is your resume. This is your record. Why does he have to fight him on 5.5, 6 weeks? You know, stop everything he's doing. He could be out, you know, in the Bahamas with his daughter and family and shit. He could be doing whatever. He got to stop what he's doing and train for an elite level fight for all the belts. This is, you know, second chance at a world title, and he don't even have full time to prepare. Nah, I wouldn't do it. If I was Luis Ortiz, I would not do it. I said that yesterday. I'm saying it again. Because you're not going to see, in life, people get mad at people like me and people like Deontay Wilder. You know why? It's called, and Nipsey Hussle too, rest in peace. It's called knowing your worth. If you know your worth, you're not worried about it. You're not worried about it. People are shitting on Wilder. Oh, he should have signed to DAZN for $100 million. He said, I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to bet on myself, work with who I've been working, and we're going to wait and see. You know, because that money ain't going nowhere as long as I keep doing what I'm doing. Me, I always bet on myself. I invest in myself. I invest in my business. I invest in furthering that, right? Same thing with Luis Ortiz. He got to know his worth. He got to know his worth. Don't let them get you in a situation where Joshua has a full camp training for a 317-pound man. So I'm assuming he has good sparring. He's sparring with Martin Bucoli and all these people, right? And he's got some good sparring partners because he was training for an elite level fight, or what we think to be, that could be a tough fight. You know, even though Jarrell Miller hasn't proven to be elite yet, you know, he was still training for a big man, someone who's undefeated, He's training for a tough fight. Don't let him catch you with your pants down, offering you a title shot, but then you don't have time to properly prepare. So me, if I was Luis Ortiz, I wouldn't do it. If he does do it, make them pay like they want it, like your last name is Klitschko. If he does do it, I would make them pay me so much money. And see, this is the thing. I would make them pay me so much money that they wouldn't even want me to fight. And if they're foolish enough to pay, because it's like, this is what they do to fighters. It's like the reversal of what they do to fighters. It's the reversal of what they do to fighters. So I would, you know, vengeance is mine. I would do the exact opposite. If they're willing to pay me 25, 30 million, something ridiculous, like my last name is Klitschko, then I'll take the fight off principle. Because here's the problem, people. Joshua, under fair terms, with the proper training camp, with the proper build-up, with the proper press conference, he could have fought. He could have fought against Joshua. But now that they're desperate and they need somebody because someone failed a drug test and they need to justify and save the event, why should you have to be at a disadvantage and then probably not get properly compensated? Nah. And then potentially lose. Joshua's a good fighter. You know, people want to see the Luis Ortiz fight, but that's not a given win for him. It's not a given win for Joshua. You know what I'm saying? But don't let that. You have to know your worth and know that life in general, everything comes back around, especially if it's meant to be. That same thing with Wilder. He's not sweating 100 million because he can make that in one fight if he keeps doing what he's doing. You know, opportunities will still be there for him. So if I was Luis Ortiz, I wouldn't do it. And if I did do it, I would make sure I'm set for forever. Just in the event, you know, you got to play, man. Like YG said on the Nipsey Hussle, last time that I checked, he said, talk shit to the, he said, Nip, I remember all that game you told me. He said, talk shit to these label owners like I'm Adrian Broner. He said something to that effect. Ooh, Terrell caught him. He caught him one. I told you. Oh my God. Hey, give it up to Terrell. He was really paying attention. He got him. Oh my God. I'm so proud. Hey, Terrell, keep up this good work, man. We might have to keep you on as a shooter. And then did he claim the body? That's what, yeah. He said, got him. Yeah, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. I like that. I like that. He said Terrell missed, and then Terrell clapped him. I'm putting individual bounty hunters on y'all. Hey, you know what? That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. I'm gonna put bounty hunters on your ass. I like this. If there's a recurring problem, then we're going to put bounty hunters on your ass. Dog the bounty hunter, minus the racism. We putting bounties on your ass. I'm going to be like King Corleone. Look for this particular person. These string of comments, this type of shit, you know, Real Brother 32. And then now they could be, as long as they're in here, and then if they're leaving or something, they can sub out, and then I'll put someone else on the case. Yeah, we putting bounties on it. Yeah, Terrell Cowell, keep doing it. So you keep seeing that Boxing Is Life dude come back. He got a bounty on him. We got them bounty hunters on him. He's back. Terrell, get him. Boxing Is Life. Block him again, Terrell. We putting bounty hunters on him. Terrell, you got to get him. He's back. Yeah, like I said, you could do. Okay, Finkley got him. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know my channel is popping. Who has the time to do this? Who has the time to do this? Hey, but Terrell, that's your special assignment. Shooters, help him out. You know, if you guys can still, if he hasn't clapped him. He said, this is fun to watch. I told you, I got the livest live streams. This shit is fun. This shit is fun. We bringing boxing back. Oh, my gosh. It's fun, but it is pretty sad, though. It's sad that people have this much time on their head to keep just coming back like this. They be respawning like a motherfucker. But anyway, let's keep talking this boxing. He said Ron finally got him. I got to give my dude. Hold on. We got another shooter. This is my guy, though. I don't even know. I didn't even think of that before. Hey, shout out. My dude said, give me the accent. He said, give me the. Oh, my gosh. Listen, stop typing. Y'all crazy. He said, give me the access. I'm a sniper. This is my guy. So, yeah. We got another shooter, too. Yeah. Let them come back if they want. Reality, truth, diversity online. RTD. Oof. It's bad for old media. The shooters is growing. But shooters, what I need from you guys is just to, you know, make sure the right people, the right types of people, the right types of trolls and shit are the only ones affected. So, you know, that's all I want. Because the more shooters we have, the more the message can get confused. We on some real Call of Duty shit. You know, when you run up and then slice them with the knife. Anyway, what's up with King Corleone? What's he saying? He said Terrell been a shooter. Y'all just didn't know. For real, bro. Yeah, man. I just think DAZN, there's stuff they could have did different. Hey, y'all gotta handle that. Y'all gotta handle it. If I was Luis Ortiz, I wouldn't take the fight, bro. Like I said, if he does do it, just make sure they pay like they weigh. I'll be like, that money you turned up for Wilder, 50 mil. That's my asking price. $50 million. I need 50 mil. Let's get it. Luis Ortiz, take it for 50 mil. If they give you 50 mil, take it. You know? Period. Because this is what happens. See, they want to bullshit people around in the boxing game. They want to bullshit people around, not take the risk when they have the opportunity to just do what's right for boxing and take the risk. You get what I'm saying? They have the opportunity. They could have just made the Luis Ortiz fight off rip, but now you need Luis Ortiz to be, Captain Save-A-Ho and like save the day. And now all of a sudden you want him. Nah, it don't work like that. Like I said, in life, you gotta learn to appreciate and understand your value. You gotta understand your value, and if you don't, then it's not a good look. Don't let them play the game. Don't let the game play you. You feel me? Ego, why should Ortiz not take the fight? I just told you. Okay, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. If y'all can't listen, all right, let's battle. I'm ready. William Arndt, he said, Ego, why shouldn't Ortiz take the fight? Why should he take the fight? You tell me why he should take the fight in 5 weeks notice, 6 weeks notice. Why should he take the fight? Shout out to Michael Myers, $2 super chat. Gang, DAZN about to suffer the same fate as HBO. Appreciate your super chat. William, he said, I just tuned in. So just wave the white flag, bro. I don't want to do you greasy. Do you wave the? Say you don't want the hot seat. That's all you have to do. Say I don't want the hot seat, and I'll spare you. I just told you. Okay, no, I was gonna spare. He said he's always training, bro. How you know what he's doing right this moment? How you know he's always training? Where now you in the hot seat? I try to spare these dudes. How you know he's always training? I'm trap y'all by anything you say. You getting trapped. How you know Luis Ortiz is always training? What's he doing right now? Where he at? These dudes just make up shit as they feel it. Oh, he's training. Hawaiian is his favorite pizza. Like, what are you talking about? How you know this stuff? Block Victor Cantu. King Corleone, block Victor Cantu. I'm just going by what I hear. Block William Arndt. Yeah, you aren't it, motherfucker. Point proven. He said, I'm just going by what I hear. We don't know what you hear. You can't even justify what you hear. I tried to let you go, bro, but you didn't want to. Once again, you gotta, if you want to win the hot seat, you gotta make more sense. You have never heard me tell AJ not to fight Luis Ortiz, and you have never heard me say Luis Ortiz not to fight AJ. However, the only reason I'm saying it now is because now that they're in dire need, so again, this is about, I'm a person of virtue, principle, integrity. It's the principality, Smokey. I have no problem with Luis Ortiz and AJ fighting. In fact, dumbasses, I've been pushing for the fight. I've been wanting the fight and requesting the fight. Right? IG, he said no. If block Sir Mali Mall or whatever, just get rid of these dudes, bro. Boxing is life, Sir Mali Mall. Bye-bye. Anyway, I've been pushing for the fight. I'm all with the fight. I've been with the fight, and everybody on my page knows that. However, my thing is this. They want to use fighters when it's convenient for them. I don't operate, me personally, I don't operate like that. It's like if a woman, I approached her, hey, I'd like to get to know you. I want to take you out on a date. Can I take you out this Friday? And she says no, and she's trying to go out with Trey Songz on Friday. Turns me down, rejects me. Oh no, I don't think it'll work. Blah blah blah. Then Trey Songz, cause he Trey. Whoa, I won't do not sell it. Which one of y'all? And then he got something else better to do. He's like, oh, you see, we going to Miami. Him and his boys going to Miami. He don't want no, he don't want no bring sand to the beach. So he flake on the girl. And then now the girl hit me up talking about she want to go. And I know for a fact she wants to go on a date now after she turned me down to go with Trey Songz. And because Trey Songz flaked on her, now she's free. Fuck no. Hell no. I can't do it. Why would I do that? See, y'all would do it because some of y'all are simps. That's the point. You tried to take her on a date and she said no. She said she busy. And then for a fact she was expecting to go on a date with Trey Songz and he didn't really give a fuck about her like that, but she sprung on Trey. Trigger, you son of a bear. To be and ride in the bed. Red bean and rice in the bed. I bet the neighbors know her name. She be pulling, scratching, screaming. And then because Trey flake on her dumb ass, now she want to come back to me on some boomerang shit? Hell no. That's why he shouldn't take the fight. But again, some of y'all are simps. Y'all just do it just because the girl came back. I'm not doing it. You can, but I ain't. You got to earn it now because I know my worth. So how I know you prioritized, instead of getting to know me because you thought you had a chance with Trey Songz, and you want to be a little Tatiana groupie and shit. You went with him, and then now because he flaked on you and the plans fell through, now you want me to come crawling back, or you come crawling back to me? Nah, bro. Same thing here. It's not that I don't want Luis Ortiz to fight, because that's the bullshit, because I've always been pushing for the fight. It's why should you fight them when you're at a disadvantage on their terms, and the only reason they're even considering you or reaching out to you now is because shit went awry with their initial plans with Jarrell Miller. That is the point, my friends. But again, some of you guys are simps and you can't understand this. You would just be grateful that the girl came back. You don't care that she put you on the back burner because she was pursuing another dude and then she just came back. Y'all would allow that. I don't. I'm the first choice or no choice. The fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I'm not hating. I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad. I'm trying to fight Trey Songz. That's cool. Run off, do your little thing. If it don't work out, it don't work out. But see, again, this is how some dudes think. I'm talking about life now. This is how some dudes think. They think, oh, she came back to me. Da da da. Yeah, but she came back to you as a consolation prize. I ain't no consolation prize. I'm the gold medal match. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no consolation prize. Like, so your plans got fucked up. Now you want to kick it. Now you want me to take you out. See, I was down to take your stupid ass out. Take you on a date. Pay for the first date. But now I'm gonna pay for your date, and I know for a fact you was trying to go and let another dude, take you out on that same date, and because those plans fell through, now all of a sudden you down from, oh hey, I just freed up. Now take this analogy with a grain of salt. If someone had like plans, like they thought they had to work or some shit, that's different. Like if a girl thought she had to work and then she freed up, like, oh, I got all my work done early this week, so I'm actually free. That's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when somebody had an opportunity to come to you, and this is, women do this and men do this to women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the opportunity, you could have been the one. Dudes do it all the time. Like you see a girl and she's interested in you, you don't give a fuck about her, and then she link up with another dude, and now all of a sudden you in her sliding in her DMs and shit. But you could have been the one. You could have been in the, you know, the one she's posting on Instagram and all that shit, and going out and going on vacation. She could have been the one with, you know, with you, but you overlooked it. And then now when, you know, now when someone else, one man's trash, another man's treasure, now all of a sudden you want her. That's not how it works. So, yeah, I'm all with Anthony Joshua like I always have been, fighting Luis Ortiz. But why should he have to be at a deficit when Joshua had a full training camp, you know, and be in a high magnitude fight and he don't got proper time to train? Hey, bro, shout out to my shooters. They doing a remarkable job. He said, let's get together and talk boxing, bro. Bro, that don't even sound right. Let's get together and talk boxing. You trying to meet at a cafe and shit? I don't know you. Jamie, let me put my dick up in you. Like, bro, nah, bro. Sing to the ladies. Sing to the ladies. Like, what the fuck? Let's get to know each other. Talk boxing. Nah, I don't know you, bro. I don't want to get to know you. You motherfucker. Jamie, let me put this up. Yeah. What the fuck? Y'all crazy. Smash the like button. King Corleone said, let's get together and be all right. Look at that. These dudes is weird, bro. The fuck I look like just meeting at Pete's Coffee with you? Yeah, so I heard you know, you wanted to talk some boxing. What's up? What's up? I got my pen. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, that's cool if y'all see me at a fight and all that. Like, you don't want to chop up about boxing, but what? I don't know some of y'all. Y'all could be the BTK killer and shit. What the fuck? Bind, torture, kill, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna meet up with you, bro. Y'all some weird shit. You know, y'all be trying to set me up like Juicy Somalit or some shit, bro. I gotta pull that blade out. That Wesley Snipes. I have to pull that Wesley Snipes out and give out them $150s. Y'all, you know, you might try to get me like Juicy. Get off me. I'm on some, you know, y'all might try to have me on some Juicy Somalit shit, bro. What y'all talking about? Shout out to Jose de Jesus. Enjoy your run. Be safe. Prophet is good. He said, Ego, what you know about that Reverend leather jacket? He knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, Jamie, I could tell. He's like, sing to the ladies. He said, don't be looking at me all jury eyed. Next thing I know, you be like, Jamie, let me put this dick up in ya. Hey, hold on. Jose de Jesus is too trill. He said, all right, guys, hold it down. I'm going to go on a run. And then he just clapped somebody, bro.
This the real deal. This the real deal. This the real deal. Easy work.
He said he was going on a run and still found the time to clap somebody, bro. I love it. I love it. Michael Myers, $2 super chat. Steve Rose sounds like he on Married with Children. Hey, y'all going in. Ego, would 7-Eleven be more your style? I don't even know what that means, bro. 7-Eleven. Does anyone get that? He said, Ego, would 7-Eleven be more your style? What is that even supposed to mean, bro? Does anyone get that attempt at a joke? Anybody? I don't know what he talking about, bro. Can you guys smash the like button? I know what 7-Eleven is, but what is that more my style for what? I don't get it. Someone said, boo that man. Anyway, DAZN, they got their work cut out to, like, AJ versus Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter lost a UD to Usyk at cruiserweight, and I really thought the fight should have been stopped in the 12th round. So, you know, I don't really know how big that would be. I get it. He's trying to be funny. Clap that fool. How is he trying to be funny? I don't even get it. I don't get the joke or whatever. Shout out to Terrell, new shooter. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how DAZN handles this. But this is their first, like, you know, real big series of mishaps. David Lemieux, in case you're just joining, he's off the Canelo card. He's injured. And then Jarrell Miller didn't get approved for a license, so that fight got canceled. He said, Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie? You been hit by boom, boom. You been struck by a smooth criminal. Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Jack moving good. So look. Another day has gone. I'm still all alone. How could this be? Eddie Hearn and me never say good. Miller the cheater. That's original. What the fuck? He's like a 2-year-old. Hey guys, Miller the cheater. How's my joke? Like, okay, we get it. That was horrible. It's going to be AJ versus Scott Hall, Razor Ramon and shit. You know, I've been wanting to fight AJ. Chico. He gonna flick the little toothpick at AJ. Hey, man, get off. AJ gonna get hit with the toothpick. But this is, like I said, the part that is Eddie Hearn's and AJ fault. Eddie Hearn's thought because Miller pressed him at the DAZN kickoff, you know, when Joshua muscle bound ass had them belts like this, and he was just standing like this. And then Jarrell Miller made that scene, and then AJ walked up to him and he's like, "Oh yeah, you a pussy, I'll take your mom out," and blah blah blah. When he was saying all that, they try to build off that instead of listening to the fans and say, "Hey, that fight can wait." You know, or why didn't you make Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller winner fights AJ? This is completely their bad for that reason. They thought, you know, that Joshua holding the belts and Miller going at him and that build up, they were going to use that as a catalyst to make this fight when there were other fights that they could have made, right? And they try to just use it off of, you know, play off of that momentum, I guess. They try to play off that momentum. Like, oh yeah, everyone wants to see it now. And then now the fight got canned and now you stuck scrambling. It is actually a realistic possibility that in the next 24 months, DAZN could be forced to take a seat and Matchroom could lose the Sky deal if ain't careful, especially if AJ gets knocked off. Yeah, man, this is a bad look for them. Precisely why I can't, you know, why I said I wasn't going to pay for the year in advance. I got to know what I'm getting. I got to know the product. Like Amazon Prime, I used Amazon well before I ordered Prime. But then it got to the point where I was using Prime so often, I looked into it and I was like, okay. And then I paid for the annual. Listen, smash the like button. They could come back all they want. They don't help. It don't take away from the message. Listen, the one thing we always have going for us as truth seekers is we're not just out here saying a bunch of random shit. You know, we're not. They never refute what we're saying. All they do is say what we're saying is a lie and you love this person and you hate this person. You know, it's all these little kid games and shit. Tell us what we said that was wrong, that was off, where we got the, you know, we got the wrong impression and how we're wrong. You know, $8.33 a month for non-televised undercard worthy fights. Shit, YouTube is free. See, and the other thing is this: DAZN. I told you that whole pay-per-view is dead. I don't think that's a good marketing plot. You know, because they came in the game making it like pay-per-view is dead because they're putting on pay-per-view fights for $9.99 and now $19.99. But the thing is, you're not putting on pay-per-view caliber fights. So you're not, how you gonna say pay-per-view is dead? But like they came out with the pretense as if we're giving you pay-per-view quality on for $9.99, now $19.99. That's simply not the case. The reality of it is most of these DAZN cards could have, should have, or wouldn't have ever been pay-per-view. And if they did do pay-per-view, they would probably do lousy numbers in America. That's the reality of it. Name, you know, we had Broner Pacquiao recently, we had Wilder Fury, and we had Spence Garcia. Those are recent comparable boxing Showtime pay-per-views. Name a DAZN card that has already happened. Name a DAZN card that has already happened that you think would have did better U.S. numbers than any of those fights did in the U.S. Simple question, eh? I love Amazon Prime. Answer the question. So since DAZN came out about May, June, or whatever last year, since it was announced, name a fight that you think would have done better that they've put on their app that would have done better than Wilder Fury, Broner Pacquiao, or Mikey Garcia Spence numbers. Name the fight if you had to just guess and a real educated guess. So if you say something wild, we'll know you bullshitting. Yeah, I got my family on Amazon Prime too. Nate says nada. Exactly. So they came in talking about like, oh, pay-per-view is dead, as if they were like, see, here's the thing, as if they were taking like fights that would have been on HBO pay-per-view or Showtime pay-per-view and continually putting that on their app. The very first fight that probably would have been on pay-per-view had it been on HBO is Canelo Jacobs. And right before we got to the price of $9.99 a month, they've already hiked up the price, people. They've already hiked up the price. We haven't even got to enjoy one Canelo fight under the price point that they came out bragging about. Let me rephrase that. We haven't been able to enjoy one Canelo pay-per-view worthy fight under the guise of the $9.99 price point without the price increase, because he did fight Canelo Fielding, but you know, that wasn't a huge fight like that, you know. So once again, they came in with this marketing strategy, but it's not really accurate if you really watch boxing. Fox, I guarantee you, I put this, anybody can get it. I'm the cam man. Fox on free TV has put on more quality boxing fights than DAZN on the streaming app. We could go bar for bar, line for line this year. Who won it? Fox put on, you know, just random fights like Leo Santa Cruz. His opponent got messed up, so they had a replacement. But they put on that card. They put on Keith Thurman with Adam Kanowski versus Jarrell Washington. Keith Thurman versus Jose Cito Lopez. So what's a comparable DAZN card from this year that was better than Thurman versus Kaunowski, or Thurman and Kaunowski on the same card versus Jose Cito and Washington? You know, Danny Garcia is about to fight Adrian Granados this weekend. What's a DAZN card that's better than that has recently happened this year? So DAZN's not even putting on like their competition or whatever. By and large, they're not really putting on any fights that are of a higher caliber and magnitude than what PBC's putting on free TV. So I understand, you know, pay-per-view, you know, people say whatever about pay-per-view, but even the regular fights that are going on Fox, right? And I even really want to include the Charlo card because that was December like 22nd. I went there. It was like a couple days before Christmas. So, you can maybe even consider that this part of the fiscal year. You had Charlo versus Korobov, and you had Charlo versus Tony Harrison in December 22nd, which is, really dangerously close to this fiscal year. That was a good card. I was there, and that was on regular Fox. Regular old Fox. You get what I'm saying? DAZN's pay, you have to pay now monthly $20 a month, and it's Cash Ali biting David Price, and the main event is Liam Smith versus Sam Egington. It's like, what are we talking about? I heard they're putting Gary Russell on the Deontay Wilder Brazil card. That's a good look. I fuck with Russell. I like watching him scrap. Pause. So, DAZN, they should re-strategize for real. They should re-strategize. All this trying to bash pay-per-view, I feel like just worry about, just making the best product. And, I'm not saying listen to me. I don't care. Listen to me, don't listen to me. I don't care. It don't matter. It's not, I don't have no horse in the race. I don't fail. If DAZN succeeds or fails, if PBC succeeds or fails, Showtime, HBO, like HBO went out of business. Ain't nothing happened to my channel. Cause HBO withdrew and got out of the boxing bit. Ain't shit happened to my channel. So, I don't have a direct horse in the race, so to speak. That's just what it is. And once again, ESPN Plus and DAZN and PBC, they're all competing, but just look at the competition. So make sure you guys, if you want, use the link on my video to sign up for ESPN Plus. It's a 7-day free trial. Right? I just wanted to show y'all this. I'm an affiliate. It helps the channel. ESPN Plus, 7-day free trial, $4.99 after that. Just so you guys see.
When most people look at a fight, all they see is two fighters brawling it out. When I look at a fight, I see skill and a whole lot of will. I see two men playing speed chess with their fists. I'm Andre Ward, Olympic gold medalist and 5-time world champion. Throughout my career and for everything I've accomplished, it's that easy. I've never stopped being a student of the game. Amir Khan Showtime, airing live Saturday, April 20th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Look.
These two guys could not be any more different. From their ring styles to their upbringing,
Oh my gosh.
classes, and he's argued aspect of Terrence Crawford, per-pound king. Right
Look.
Now let's get into Crawford's strengths. One aspect of Terrence Crawford's game that
So, anyway, sign up for ESPN. That, I don't, obviously I don't want to, show y'all the whole thing, but I have ESPN Plus. They gave Andre Ward his own show. I made a separate video about it. They gave Andre Ward his own show called Ring Science. And it's basically like sports science, but instead of doing tests on like how much velocity you're punching with and stuff, he's breaking down the fight game and upcoming fights, big fights or whatever. And he's the first one, he's breaking down Crawford Khan. And they have it like doing graphics, so it's like showing like, oh, Mayweather did it. Not Mayweather, but if it was Mayweather, they're showing him doing the pull counter and he's explaining what Mayweather's doing. He's like showing what Crawford is doing. Hold on. Like I said, I don't want to show y'all.
is his timing. He does, but I like what I'm seeing right now. Here we see Terrence right now collecting data. To the average person, they may say throw punches, but he's collecting data. He's watching Benavidez lean over his front foot.
Oh, fuck, hold on.
I like what I'm seeing right now. Here we see Terrence right now collecting data. To the average person, they may say throw punches, but he's collecting data. He's watching Benavidez lean over his front foot. Terrence is trying to find. Here we see Terrence right now collecting data. To the average person, they may say throw punches, but he's collecting data. He's watching Benavidez lean over his front foot.
Why the?
Terrence is
Oh,
trying
they
to
got
find
fixes.
a counter. Right there. To the average person, they may say throw punches, but he's collecting data. He's watching Benavidez lean over his front foot. Terrence is trying to find a counter. Find a counter. Right there, he followed back. Benavidez is right, but he's collecting data. He's watching Benavidez lean.
Man, they should fix the player. That's actually one. They need to fix that player. I can't even really show you. Okay, so anyway, look. They have they took the picture from the fight, and they're showing the positioning, and it says opponent leaning. You know, so they're showing you graphics and motion graphics and shit to illustrate what's happening. Does that show you? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So he's breaking down scientifically, sports science, sweet science way, ring science. He's breaking down what he sees from his eyes as a pro fighter and somebody who's fought at a high level. He said Andre Ward's show is like Kobe Bryant's detailed show when he breaks down basketball. Exactly. So you're basically getting a guru of the sport breaking down what they see, you know? Like Kobe Bryant, they have a show called Detail, and he's breaking down Kawhi Leonard. It's good stuff, people. Got it, Ego. I'm signed up to ESPN Plus. Like I said, I can't show you too much of it. You guys got to sign up for all that. But use the link in my description. It helps the channel. That's a dope show because I respect Andre Ward and his knowledge. That's the most important thing. He's knowledgeable. You know? And see, this why I don't care. I was just talking with Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley, somebody basically said who would win Shane Mosley versus Mikey Garcia at lightweight. So y'all talk all this dumb shit, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Shane Mosley versus Mikey? Mikey, I like Mikey, but he not beating Shane at lightweight. Look. Shout out to my dude, Sugar Shane, legend. When you get noticed by legends, replying to Boxingego, Shane Mosley, you always been a real boxing fan. That's why you up on game. These fans just play boxing. Respect. Look, that was just today. They know I'm a student of the game in this game. You know, I'm not out here. You see, that's why I don't care what these dudes coming back trolling and shit. What are we talking about? I got a legend in the game like Shane Mosley. He said, you always been a real boxing fan. That's why you up on game. These fans just play boxing. Respect. So, you know, I'm not, that's why you never see me pressed about it. Because, I look at the fighters. I'm not a fighter, but I look at the fighters as my peers, you know, because I'm a journalist in their sport. You get what I'm saying? I'm a journalist in their sport. Look at my man Collazo, too. He's talking about the Khan fight, you know, responding to what I'm doing and what we doing and what we talking about. Earlier today, you know, I don't even do this all the time to show you. That's why I don't care. They can come back and troll. That's good. Look. Andre SOG Ward at Boxingego. Thanks, my bro. 417. Bro, when you have dialogue with the fighters, that's how you know it's real. So I don't care what you know, we just, listen, you just had people come in. Look, I congratulated him on his new ESPN show, and he said, I'm working, champ. 417, Andre Ward. So, once again, you see why the confidence grows. You see why the channel grows, and you see why we just maintain what we're doing. People come in, oh, Ego, you're biased and all this extra shit, because I'm not saying what you want me to. But then legends, Andre Ward, Shane Mosley, you know, they showing love. That means more than some stranger off the internet who just has a comment, oh, you suck and you're biased with no explanation. Because I know what Shane Mosley has accomplished in his career. and how he rocked the fuck out of Floyd Mayweather. That's legendary shit, how he beat the fuck out of Antonio Margarito, how he's one of the greatest lightweights of all time. I know what Andre Ward has accomplished. So that means, to me, I feel like I'm the chosen one from my peers. And I consider these fighters, even though I'm not the fighter, I consider them my peers. Because this is the sport we're all in together. So that means more than some stranger saying, oh, you fucking suck, this is the Joshua Hate channel and you don't know anything about it. I don't care about that. Shout out to Dre. But anyway, ESPN Plus, sign up. That's another reason I don't care. We out here eating. We getting it, bro. You know, so they can say whatever they want. Oh, Ego don't know nothing. I'm not worried about it. Because at the end of the day, as long as I get respect from the peers, that means more to me. You know, when I can have dialogue with these fighters, that means more to me than some stranger just dropping off a comment and, you know, not really explaining what they mean or why they said it. That stuff don't mean nothing to me. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm curious to see how they rectify this Joshua situation. You know, it's a big hit for them to experience. Really big hit. Really big hit. But, and then now David Lemieux, in case you guys are just joining, David Lemieux, he pulled out. He pulled out. So he's no longer on the Canelo Jacobs card. Ego, I went to my great auntie house. She had the plastic on the couch. I told y'all. Hey, everybody. Y'all crazy. The link is right there. I'm an affiliate. Use that link. Click on it. Sign up for your 7-day free trial with ESPN Plus. You can check out Andre Ward and Top Rank and ESPN new show, Ring Science. I'm looking forward to that. Andre Ward, very knowledgeable, historic career, you know, legend in the game. And, you know, that helps the channel as well. This fat bastard. That's what's up. Block him. Click on the link, ESPN Plus. You get to see the new preview show. Crawford Khan is a pay-per-view, though, so you have to order the pay-per-view through that link. Use that link. It helps me. Holla at the boy. We working. I don't know what DAZN's going to do. I don't know what AJ's going to do, but Jarrell Miller did not get approved for a Nevada or a New York State Athletic Commission license. We'll have to see how it unfolds. I'll keep you guys posted. Holla at the boy. Peace.